What's up, everybody? Welcome to the War Room, episode number 16. We're getting closer to that almighty number 20. Yes. After 20, we'll be taking a few weeks off, and we're probably going to come back because, well, this was supposed to be a limited engagement series, and apparently everybody likes it. So we've got to figure out what we want to do to carry this through, because apparently we're going to do a season 2. So that's all.
All right.
That's on them.
And look at that. And I'm all back into the saddle.
Yes. You had a good time with your Christmas display and donating a lot of unwrapped toys to
Dornbeckers.
Dornbeckers. I was going to say Dornbeckers, but I wasn't 100% sure. So I ended up brain farting on that one a bit.
That's all right.
All righty, so we're going to go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes because this is only a half-hour show. Joining us tonight from Paranormal Parkour, you've seen, I was going to say better half, but
maybe better looking.
We've had his partner in crime on the War Room, little Josh, because we do have 2 Joshes within the Para family. Connor Britton, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and Paranormal Parkour?
Well, hello there. I'm Connor Britton. I am the cameraman of Paranormal Parkour and also the one who usually gets us places like the Klondike and other stuff. I believed in the paranormal since I was a young kid, even though I didn't know how to explain it when I was younger. And I've been doing this for about 3 years now, 2-3 years. Yeah.
All right. So basically, you would be Josh's Aaron to his Zach.
I guess.
Well, you're the camera guy. Every video that we've seen on Paranormal Parkour on YouTube, he tends to put you in like the interesting locations.
I mean, sometimes, but it's also kind of self-done to myself to make things more fun. I'm just like, oh, people don't want to go over there? I guess I'll do it. Someone has to die.
Just need to shave your head and grow out a full goatee.
Yeah, right?
We'll change your name to Aaron.
Eventually get a shirt that has like a target on my back and be like, all right, I'm going.
Well, in a sense, you already do that anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so out of, I would say, all your cases, and you've got a lot of cases on YouTube.
True.
If you had to pick one case to be your all-time favorite,
you know where this is going, right?
Do I know where it's going, or do I not? Does he know where I'm going?
No, I'm asking you. You know where this is going, right?
It might. Connor, favorite place?
My favorite case I've done, like when it comes to like evidence, fun, all that combined, honestly, it's probably Tuesdays.
Ooh.
Yeah, like it was a place I was confident for a while was haunted just based off of the vibes I've gotten from going in there. So when we finally got in, and in a lot of ways proven right, it was just like, oh, cool, Estes, they're talking to us. Oh, cool, Billy, and everything around that. It was wonderful.
Okay. How about instead of just evidence-based and everything else like that one? I know James and I probably were thinking you were going to say Klondike. Everybody says Klondike.
Klondike was fun too, but it's like, I wish we got more out of Klondike, if that makes sense. Like, it was definitely haunted. It was definitely like, whoa, the mirror, really terrifying. But like, when you hear one of the most haunted places in Oregon, you expect more. And I think expectations was overwhelming the senses of what reality would happen.
Well, I know for certain I wouldn't give permission to be possessed.
I mean,
that is just
again, someone has to. Someone has to die. It has to be me.
Wow. Let's see. Sorry, I couldn't do that.
That's fair.
So where exactly is this Tuesdays, and how long were you inside the place?
We were inside there. Oh, Two C's. Sorry, Two C's. Two
Oh, the
C's
two
is
seats,
Two
Two
C's
C's.
downtown St. Helens.
the old Pythian building.
Yes, we were there for about 3 hours, maybe a little bit more. It's around that. And like we spent like about an hour upstairs on the third floor, an hour on the second floor, and then an hour on the bottom floor, I would say.
Cool.
Yeah.
We do have comments.
Comments from the other half of his team.
Yeah, Josh Logan says his favorite place to investigate is the Blue Gate. Paranormal Parkour. The problem with the Klondike for us was we couldn't get EVPs due to only being allowed there during open hours, and it wasn't quite quiet enough. Plus, we had a time limit. That is the problem, being there during business hours with everything else going on and having a time limit. I know Connor's got so tired of me talking about this. When we had the Klondike and we did have the film crew, we had the place to ourselves. Everybody, we just had the keys and everybody left. And I mean, we were able to do EVP work and everything else. And unfortunately, the film crew put some good stuff in the movie, The Spirit of Halloween Town documentary, now on Amazon and YouTube. Please rent it. Please buy it.
Please do.
Because we give them enough business. They are talking about a part 2, a return to The Spirit of Halloween Town. And
Ooh.
we've got ideas that we would like to enact upon the Klondike. But
yeah, I mean, I'd like to be back in Klondike as well. I think because I have a better relationship with the owner, that maybe next time we would be able to be there when, it's after hours, not having to worry about any of that. I can't confirm that, but I'd love that.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about actually putting people in rooms with sleeping bags and sleeping mats and letting them sit in there. And the film crew was all about that.
Ooh.
Like put a camera in the room with the people and recreate it being a hotel.
Absolutely.
That would be awesome.
Julie, Professor Julie, our number one fan, says hello. And hello, Julie. Good to see you back. I was actually talking about that to one of the guys who went on the initial Bigfoot trip with us about how the podcast is kind of blown up and we have dedicated fans, and that really makes me happy that we have a dedicated fan who always tunes in.
Absolutely.
All right. So if you, Connor, were to go into a investigation with one piece of equipment, what would you use?
And why?
And why? You only get one piece. Okay. All right.
Well, that's a good question.
Let's lay out a scenario.
Okay.
You're able to get the Klondike.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to get the basement. It's after hours. You get 1 hour by yourself in the basement. You get one piece of equipment. What would you take and why?
I believe it's called the spirit box because I want to be able to communicate with the spirits, and see what they have to say in different locations and spots in the Klondike, but especially in the basement. It's like I want to know. I want to actually get their perspective on things, and not just like, what was that noise?
Okay. James, if you got a question, go ahead and pop on in.
Yeah. Give me a minute. I got one brewing.
Okay. All right. So he's going to brew it. All right, Connor. Money is no object. You get one dream location.
God damn you.
What you?
Just kidding.
Someone's question. No.
What one location, if money was no object, to go and investigate?
Is it weird to say I'd want to actually go into the museum with the Annabelle doll?
No,
Because,
it's not weird at all.
funny enough, that's in my home state as well, of Connecticut, I believe. And can you imagine actually being able to do investigation there? Would be life changing, hopefully in a good way. But yeah.
Well, technically speaking, if money was no object, because it's $2,000 to stay the night.
Right.
It's another, what was it, James? Another 150 to investigate the museum.
Yeah.
And then
don't you have to use their equipment?
You got to use their equipment for $50.
And they have to go through everything before. Yeah.
And then the new owners go through all your evidence and pick out what's good and what's not.
Right,
So-
but that's also why money's not a question, because if they don't like what I got, I can just pay them off, say, yes, you do.
Well, they are both multimillionaires, so
Yeah, well.
we'd have to have a little bit more money.
Yeah, well, it's not a question, just have a couple zeros. No.
All right, so I know we've also had you out on some Bigfoot cases. What would be your thought process on cryptids?
I definitely believe the Bigfoot's real. I don't know. I can't say every cryptid's real, because that'd be a stretch. But I think things like the Bigfoot, maybe the Dogman, stuff like that. Like, I think they're in the realm of possibility. And from the places we've been to, I can believe a Squatch is there. We haven't explored all the woods. It's not really possible to be able to comb the entire thing in one go. So who's to say it's not just hiding? For all we know from the last time we went down there, maybe it was under that hunting cabin we found in the woods. Who knows? It was just hiding under there.
Yeah.
James,
So
go for it.
now that since you and your other half, Josh, have gone out investigating with DBK Investigations and GAPS, is there a particular, we'll say, another paranormal team that you would like to go out and investigate with?
Ooh. Honestly, like, obviously anyone local would be really cool to investigate with. But
Okay. So let's just say local or not local.
What? Just supposedly because I want to meet him, but also because I think it's curious that he does it. I'm trying to think of that one power lifter who also does investigations sometimes.
Well, your buddy at Paranormal Parkour says he's definitely not the guy for these questions.
Yeah, that is a hard question for me, because, like, I don't know. Admittedly, I'm not great with names, but
I mean, that's okay.
yeah, I would love to go with, like, anyone who's willing. Be like, I'll see your perspective, how you perceive certain events compared to us, because I know how we do it's different than how you guys do it, or how you used to do it, and et cetera, et cetera. So getting a different perspective can definitely be more enlightening to be able to view things at a different point.
Well, that's kind of the whole point of the War Room is now again, like, we're not trying to shove beliefs on you as seasoned investigators, and we're bringing other seasoned investigators on, and we're trying to get their 2 cents. I mean, we're still students. I think I've told you guys that before, that my mentor said that no matter how long you've been in the occupation, the hobby, you have to be a teacher. You have to be willing to teach the next generation as well as to be a student, because times are going to change, technology is going to change, and ways are going to change.
Yeah.
So you have to be loose with it. So that's the whole point of War Room, is how can we talk, put out those ideas. And I mean, that's why we do the Oregon Ghost Conference every year, is you've got a building full of paranormal investigators. And that way you can sit down and you can talk to the next person. If they're doing speeches or they're doing classes, I mean, I know James and I next year, we don't have a booth. I'm not doing speeches next year.
We're just going in as fans.
We're going in as fans because there's some good classes going on by other paranormal investigators that, we both would love to go sit in on and get, like, a different perspective. I mean,
we go to these conferences and we don't get a chance to go to these classes and whatnot. There's new stuff coming into the field daily, and we're sitting on in a sense, on the sideline, no showing people, telling people, explaining to people what we know, when we could also be in those classrooms and learning more. And so for me, that's what this next year is going to be all about. Let's get into some new ways to investigate, equipment, techniques, everything, because everything changes.
Right.
Yeah.
Like imagine like 15 years ago, people saying, oh, we can talk to the spirits via this device or maybe a phone or anything else. They'd be like, what? That's crazy. That's never going to happen. That seems fake. But now it's like, well, maybe.
Yeah, technology is changing all the time. The field, the hobby, whatever you want to call it, it's technically we're not getting paid for it, so it's technically not an occupation, but the field of investigation, it's passion. Yes, it's a field of investigation. It's always changing. I mean, like James was saying, when we go to the Oregon Ghost Conference, it's a time to learn, to pick up from other people, to talk to other people. I mean, everyone that we've had on the show so far has brought something new that, we can look at and go, okay, this might work for us on this bit. And I know that when we've been hosting investigations, we've had investigators come on and they'll say, oh, well, we've never tried it that way. Can we give that a shot next time? Oh, yeah, that's fine. And then we'll watch them work and be like, oh, wait a minute. That's new to us.
Yeah.
How could you show us how to work that? That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Paranormal Parkour is a younger group, but I know we've had you guys on a couple Bigfoot, some Squatches. We've had you on Chapman Landing.
Mm-hmm.
God, where else have we had you guys? Chapman Landing.
Our third investigation ever, we did Halloween Town with you as well. If you remember that.
Yeah, that was the walkthrough to the Old Town Ghost Walk.
Yeah, and Milton.
Yes, we had Milton. Milton was very good. I would like to go back to Milton with James.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Hopefully we're in the right spot this time.
Oh, in my defense, it was 30 years since I had been there, so a lot changed.
No, you're fine. I'm just messing with you.
Oh, I know that's brotherly love, man. We mess with you guys, you mess with us. It's okay. We all get it. It's brotherly shit.
Yeah.
So since you say you guys have been around like 3 years, did you guys do any like research or talking to other paranormal people before starting your group, or did you just say, hey, let's just start it and go and run?
The first two investigations was very much a curiosity type thing. Like we weren't extremely serious about it yet. Like it was I think our house is haunted because of ABCD. So we're like, let's do an investigation. Let's have fun with it. Second time we were curious if Best Western was haunted. I really don't think it is, but I don't know. But then I remembered, hey, I remember Darren. I'm talking about ghost stuff all the time. I'm going to get a hold of him and see his perspective on it. Maybe talk to him about stuff. And then we did the tour with him well before the tours. And here we are. See, Josh said something on there.
Oh, yeah, he did. He's got his 2 cents worth. He said he did the research, then dragged you in without consent.
That's most of our friendship.
Oh. Dr. Professor Julie says, I've never really looked into things in Washington and Oregon. Julie, you're always welcome if you ever came out this direction. We'll take on a case.
She's also researched different equipment and locations herself.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to get Julie on here before episode 20.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
How about it, Julie? We can set something up. You can be on War Room one of these nights as a investigator. Give us your 2 cents.
It'd be kind of good to get someone on that, just getting into it or just learning.
But no, I don't know if you've watched them at all, Darren, because they're not on the main channel. But I've also done a few investigations in different spots than just on the main channel. Like I went to Hawaii for my honeymoon and decided to do an investigation there, as well as a cemetery in Connecticut when I was visiting out there, and my parents. And I plan in February to eventually go to Maryland and maybe do an investigation in Annapolis.
Okay, that was going to be my next question is, do you guys have any upcoming investigations, cases?
I'm trying to get into somewhere right now. I haven't pushed hard for it because, holidays and all that. But
Makes
I'd
sense.
like to get into the Caples house in Columbia City because of the doll room. And it feels haunted. I theorize it is, considering the history of it.
Yeah, I know we stopped there one night to talk to them, but they were cleaning up after afternoon tea. That was after after our Astoria Bigfoot run.
Huh.
Julie has surgery on Tuesday. Hopefully it goes well. Surgery before Christmas? That's a crime. Our thoughts and prayers will be with you, and you'll have to come back and let us know how it goes.
Little Christmas tree in the hospital room.
Gotcha.
All right, so I know that we've got some returning cases next year. I know Chapman Landing is going to be back on the list again for probably summertime. Milton's going to be back on the list. I really haven't got much else set up because we are going to start working on documentaries in March.
I know you got to take us to the witch's house. Or witch's castle, sorry.
That I forgot all about that one. Thank you for reminding me. That's in Portland. The infamous witch's house.
Yeah.
Do we seriously think that place is haunted?
I don't know. A lot of people says it is.
If it is, it is. If it isn't, it's a learning experience, right?
Yeah.
Training.
Check it out.
Training. There you go.
There we go. If you think something's not something, it's not haunted. It's all you just consider it a training. You never know. I've known other teams that have gone to the witch's house and the witch's castle, and they've said, "Yeah, we've gotten all this and this and this and this and this." And then I've known other teams that have said nothing.
Yeah, because sometimes there's good nights for stuff, other nights are not, and be like, some nights you'll be like, "Oh, I literally see a ghost," and other times you're like, "Hello, anyone there?" Nothing for hours.
Well, I mean, if you go off the theory that that they are just bundles of energy, and they've got to recharge too, because if they have a night that's particularly busy for them, and I mean we've noticed this at City Hall, 4 out of the 5 times we were there, I mean you have your real busy nights where you're getting a lot of stuff and everything's active, and then we had the one night which was like a week later after an investigation, and we got absolutely nothing. But you gave it a month later down the road, and then activity picked back up again because they've got to recharge the batteries, so to speak, so that they're ready to go for the next round. Sometimes they're just way too tired, and they're just like, "Listen, guys, we don't want to talk to you right now. Okay, I'm just going to go over the corner and take a nap."
Exactly. Like you, it's like, we're tired. Just not today. Like, there's been a couple times we've returned to places like Kinder Cemetery and Scaponia, whereas like the second time we went there was definitely not as enlightening as the first time. But it's like, doesn't mean it's not haunted. It's just a matter of, okay, they're just tired today compared to last time.
So I'm going to have to send Julie a message later on. We're getting Julie on. So
cool.
when you're up and ready, we're going to get you on. Josh Logan, you need to get on here. You need to be our guest for one of these nights. So as Josh Logan says, I want to go to the witch's house.
Right.
Julianne says previously before that, you could never predict the paranormal. Exactly. And that is why she is our number one fan who signed up to be the Professor Doctor Professor.
Well, and just to throw this out here just a little bit, this last weekend, my company had their Christmas party in the old Milwaukee City Hall that is now a brew pub. And people were talking, and they're like, is this? I told them that this place was haunted because it is. And they're like, well, that explains why so and so ended up on the floor over here. And I'm like, well, from what it really sounds like is he had a little too much to drink. But from what, and the thing is I didn't end up, I wasn't there. I had to leave, unfortunately. But from what I was told is he just stood up, he was fine, and something grabbed him from behind and yanked him back. And when I heard this, I'm like, oh, it's probably the woman from the bathroom, because there's a woman in the bathroom. She cries from time to time. I know there's other entities in there, but it's been almost 10 years since I was in there last. The last time I was in there, it was actually a running city hall. And lo and behold, I was on a different podcast at the time, and we were allowed in after hours, and we got to sit up on the chamber seats and all that good old stuff. And we heard stuff coming from the bathroom, and we knew we were the only ones there. So yeah.
Okay. Well,
cool.
I know at my job I got called over to the parts window the other night. I'm an airline mechanic. One of my people went over to get some supplies off the parts window, and then I got a text message saying, "Hey, Doc, could you come over to parts real quick? Somebody wants to talk to you." And I went over there, and they're like, "Hey, we heard you're the ghost guy." I'm like, "Yeah. I'm the ghost guy. What's going on?" He goes, "Well, somebody brought in their dog the other night, right? And it's this little tiny little pug, and we were throwing the ball for it. Well, the ball went down one of the aisles, and it got stuck underneath the scaffolding. Well, we were about to go get it, and the dog was still going to chase it, but stopped halfway down and was just staring at someone, and then turned around and ran back to the owner."
Oh.
And so, graveyards, parts mechanics are looking at it going, "Okay, well, this is kind of weird." And one of the guys gets up and he goes, "All right, well, I'll go get the ball." And about that point, the ball comes rolling back at him. And the guys are saying, no, it was stuck underneath. So it's not a chance of it bouncing back to no, we saw it go thunk and stick underneath the shelving.
Scaffolding. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the scaffolding.
Wow.
And they're like, yeah, it's engine parts that are on this thing. So it's not like it's, it got stuck. And then next thing you know, it comes rolling back towards them. And they're like, yeah. Do you know anything about that? I go, yeah, I do. This used to be an old Native American village right here before the airport came along. What you're talking about is a little 13, 14-year-old girl. Her tribe is extinct. And I told them, we did an AVP work one night when the hangar was brand new, and I had it to myself. And the language we got to our questions is an extinct language. It's similar to Chinook jargon, which if any of you have seen any paranormal parkours, I tried speaking Chinook jargon on one of our Milton trip, and I butchered it horribly. But I took that audio and I sent it to my cousin, who does speak Chinook jargon. He is native on the reservation. And he said, no, this is close to ours, but this sounds like it would be more of this other tribe that was down the river from my tribe. And that tribe is fully extinct. So that's an extinct language.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're unable to translate it, but I've seen her. She likes to hang out in the elevator going from the first floor to the second floor, because I go eat lunch on the second floor. It's quiet, and the doors will open, and you see a little native girl sitting in the back of the elevator, kind of tucked around in the back. And then I make eye contact. She looks at me, and then she disappears. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Go ahead, number 2. I go to lunch, and from time to time, me and somebody else will be up in the lunchroom. And he'll look over and go, whose kid is that? I'm like, oh, yeah, that's just, that's a little native girl. I don't know what her name is, but
That's really cool.
Howler Knight says, as a barber, I love this show. It is every stage of beard growth.
I just haven't shaved in a week. I'm just like, I'm going to soon. That's good.
Paranormal Parkour Josh says, Connor, now I wonder if the EVP we got in our living room that one night was in a different language since we couldn't understand it. You guys, Josh Logan, wait till they see my beard. Yes, your beard's impressive. Yeah, you guys might have to let me listen to that EVP.
Would love to. I'd love to have you over at some point just to see your thoughts on the hauntings going on here.
Yeah, why not? We can do it.
Awesome.
For a good time.
Yeah.
But closing remarks there, Connor. What wisdom would you impart upon the next generation of investigators? What would your advice to them be?
Obviously, with the intention of being respectful, try things. Just do things that seem weird, maybe out of the box a bit, because you never know what reaction you could get. Some people say, like, you gotta be serious 24/7, not act like clowns and be all like "Rrr." But sometimes just being a little silly, joking with the ghosts, entertaining them, you can get a good reaction out of them. Maybe they're more willing to engage with you. I think that's the advice I'd give.
All right. Well, Connor, thanks for joining us tonight. We've got a setup for the next show. So everyone, thanks for tuning in. Tune in next week. Maybe Julie will be on. Maybe Josh will be on. Maybe we'll have somebody else on. No more one single person rants going on for a while. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.